Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
For devotees, there is no appearance or disappearance. It's all same. Actually, for a devotee, the disappearance is more glorious than appearance day. It is because when when a devotee appears, he appears to be like a normal person. Of course, he is not normal person. He appears like that. He does not show his power, divinity to the external world. So people just consider him like a normal child who has born and then getting married and producing children. So people think like that, but actually at the time of disappearance, he already manifested all his transcendental position, so that everybody knows the magnanimity of a devotee. So more than his appearance, a disappearance is glorious. Normally, like a disappearance day means, we used to cry and then, we used to feel sad. It is not like that. For a devotee, especially the acharyas, when they leave, and we are supposed to be celebrating the day, just like when Haridas Thakur, there is a very beautiful incident. Haridas Thakur, do you know that Haridas Thakur got sickness? Anybody know what is the sickness? Haridas Thakur got old, and then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "My dear Haridas, I heard you are not well. What happened to you?" And Haridas Thakur said, "My dear Lord, I am having sickness. I have disease." Haridas said, "I have disease." Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, "What kind of disease you have? Can you explain?" You know what Haridas Thakur said? What is his disease? He said that his disease was he is not able to chant, and he's not able to finish his rounds. How many rounds he chant? 192 rounds a day. And he was actually in a he was very old that time, and for old people it is common. It's difficult thing even to wake up or make few steps, and he is feeling very bad that he is not able to complete his 192 rounds, and he said that is his great sickness. So that we have to understand that what is the priority of a devotee's life. The priority of devotee's life is not about eating, sleeping, not that. No, he is saying that I am sick, that I am not able to chant, that is my sickness. He is saying like that. So when Haridas Thakur, when he got this problem of old age, he don't want to live anymore. And another reason is that, and he don't want to see Lord Chaitanya's disappearance pastime. So he asked for benedictions to leave the body earlier. On next day, just by looking at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's moon-like face, he just left the body. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu announced for a great celebration. And then he just, after making samadhi Haridas Thakur, he just went into ecstasy, and then he was calling everybody, bring food, bring food, bring food. And then he asked prashadam, not food, prashadam. And then everybody brought, and then he gave a big feast to the whole village. And then he declared, today is the great disappearance day of the great Namacharya. And then he himself starts serving for all the people, and just on that disappearance day of Haridas Thakur. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya himself served everyone. That should be the position of a devotees. Understand? So for the devotees concerned, the disappearance and appearance doesn't matter. As I said, disappearance is much more significant than appearance day. And another thing is, for devotees, there is no such thing called material body. When I say devotees, we should understand that is about pure devotees, not like us. We are practicing devotees. Those devotees who are really into Vairagya. Vairaga. Actually, Vairagya in one meaning is detached. There is a meaning of Vairagya. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is his name? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he is explaining वैराग्य विद्या निजभक्ति योगा शिक्षार्थम एकम पुरुष पुराणम श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य शरीरधारी करुणामुदिर एकम शरणम प्रपत्ति. And he is explaining that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Vairagya Vidya. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually an embodiment of Vairagya and Vidya. Vairagya means actually detachment and Vidya means knowledge. Yeah, but that Vairagya means, is they are detached. The devotees must be detached. And then another meaning of Vairagya is actually Vairagya, Raga. Raga means actually transcendental mellows, rasa. Rasa means pleasure. We have pleasure in everything. Everything has got a pleasure. But that pleasure is actually temporary. But the pleasure we get from Krishna, that is spiritual pleasure, is actually rasa amrita. As Rupa Goswami says, bhakti rasa amrita. That is for a person who is in that position, is getting happiness from Krishna by chanting his name, by engaging in different kind of bhajana, and he is actually into raganuga. So why raga means actually is a pure raga. That is another meaning. So it's like that. Material detachment means spiritual attachment. Material attachment means spiritual detachment. That's the whole thing all about. So whenever we say that some devotee is detached, we should understand that he is spiritually attached. So likewise Vairagya, that's why even Gaurakishore Babaji Maharaj, his Mula Mantra goes like Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtiye. He's actually Sakshat Vairagya Murti. He's not like a traditional Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya. He's a little different, of course, he's more like, he exhibits his Babaji mood more, what you should know what is Babaji. Babaji means there is a stage. That's a stage of complete detachment. Complete detachment. It is actually another level of sannyas. Another stage in sannyas. So they don't even do their rules, basic rituals, just like bathing or just like eating properly or doing gayatris. They don't even do all these things. They don't even follow these rituals. Just like Sukadeva Goswami, the moment he came out of his mother's womb, he just started walking. And then Vyasadeva was calling him, my dear son, come, I have to do Upanyana for you, I have to do Namakaran for you, I have to do Mundana for you, Jatakarma for you. And Sukadeva Goswami said, why all this for a soul? I am a soul, I am not a body. Understand? So that is actually the position. As Atma Rama, they are actually called as Atma Rama. They are seeking pleasure inside. But we are actually Bahirarthamanina. Prahlad Maharaj is explaining, right, in Bhagavatam, 7th canto. Nate viduhu swartagatimhi Vishnu durasaya bahirarthamanina. For people like us, we are trying to seek pleasure outside. We are trying to seek pleasure with being with friends or watching something or eating something, right? We are trying to seek pleasure from sense objects. But the devotees, those who are in that topmost sannyas, the topmost level of sannyas, that's called Babaji, they are seeking pleasure inside. They are only called as Atma Rama. That is explained in Bhagavatam, Atma Ramascha Munayaho. That Atma Ramas actually they are seeking pleasure inside. Understand? So Gaurakishore Babaji is like that. That is why he is called as Sakshat Vairagya Murti. Vairagya Murti means personification of detachment. He is completely detached. He is completely detached. He is personification of detachment. Actually, he appeared in Bangladesh, present Bangladesh. There is a beautiful river. It's called as Padma River, and the same Padma River only Narottam Das Thakur appeared. The same Padma River where Narottam Das Thakur appeared, Of course, that was long back, not during the
Not
war.
during the war.
Prabhu, is the Padma River separates West Bengal and Bangladesh, Prabhu?
Must be
Must
because
be.
Badma River is in.
Prabhu, the same Ganga in India, it merges with Brahmaputra in there. That is called Padma, Prabhu. Same India, Ganga, which is in India, that is called Padma in Bangladesh.
Yeah, because the same thing, only have different names in different place. Yeah, but actually this Padma River is in Kolkata, and that is that on the riverbed Narottam Das Thakur born on the same riverbed. After some time, Gaurakrishna Das Babaji appeared in 1838, and he was just like Krishna. He born in Cowhead family. He was actually into Vaishya thing. So he got married early, about 6 years, 6 to 7, 10. That years old actually got married before even know what is marriage. Of course he knows, externally before even know what is Grihastha ashram. He just that's old and custom to get them married earlier. So he got married, and then he was into Grihastha ashrama for about 30 years. That should be about his late 30s. He was into Grihastha ashram. And during the Grihastha ashram, he was a rice trader, grains. He used to sell the grains, and that used to be his profession, and he used to make his money, and then he used to continue his livelihood. After some time, his beloved Mataji, she left the body because of some natural disaster happened during the time. So once he left, and he decided, okay, I'm going to leave, and then he just took Babaji initiation, and he took Babaji initiation from Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj, and who is a disciple of Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, Diksha disciple, is Bhagavad Das Babaji Maharaj, and from him he took Babaji initiation. Babaji is actually a type of initiation. Even Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has taken Babaji initiation, and at the last, I think I don't know how many years, at the last period of time, even he has taken Babaji initiation, and he did not. When I went to Bhaktivinoda Thakur house, it is actually it is called as Sarva Swanaka Takkund. What is that? Let me remember. Swananda Swakata Kunj. Yeah, Sukata Kunj. Swananda Sukata Kunj. That is actually the house of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Yeah, and even in Bhaktivinoda Thakur, at his later period, he was staying inside his house for a few years. He was just inside his room, he never came out, and he was simply doing bhajana. He was not going out and meeting anybody, the last phase of his life. So he was doing he took Babaji initiation, and then he just completely detached. That is actually another Babaji called Vamsidas Babaji. Anybody heard of him? Vamsidas Babaji?
Yes, Prabhu. Very mystic Babaji.
Yeah, he is actually very unique, and he is very different, and his activities may sounds to be like a sahaja, but it is not, because it is approved by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So
Prabhu, I heard that he used to do Bhoga Arati in the night and Night Arati in the morning, like that, Prabhu.
Yeah, he do everything as per his wish. So that's what, we have to be careful with this kind of people. Some are really genuine, like Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, and some are not. So that is why our first action, this kind of people, because I'm saying people, because I'm including the acting people also, those who are not genuine also. That's why I'm saying like that, because most of them are like that, and very, very few people are having real bhava inside. So our first action must be is that just say Hare Krishna and then stay away. Do not say they are right, do not say they are wrong, just stay away, because something is beyond your understanding. Understand? When you cannot understand something, why you have to judge it? Whether the person is right or wrong, why you should worry about it? Because anyway I cannot understand. For example, if you understand that Vamsidas Babaji is right, and what are you going to do? Can we imitate him? We cannot. Can we follow him? We cannot. then what to do? We just say Hare Krishna and Dandavat Pranam Mancha Kalpa and then leave the place. Understand? So, but Vamshidas Babaji is a pure devotee of Lord because he is sanctioned by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. So, we just take him. Yeah, he's another example of Babaji. And Gaurakrishna Babaji also, he took Babaji initiation from Bhagavad Das Babaji. Yeah. So, Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj, basically he was for 32 or 34 years. He was, I think 32 years he was in Vrindavan. He just stayed in Brajamandal. He just stayed in Brajamandal for 32 years. Yeah. He was always, he used to, just like Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami, all the 6 Goswamis, right? We read in Goswami prayer, right? In that, as it is mentioned that, they used to live under different tree and different nights, and they will not go to that same tree again. They always, and then they will stand behind that trees, and then they are searching Radha Krishna. Hey Radha, where are you? Krishna, where are you? Like that, actually, they are always chanting Krishna's name and Radha's name, and they are always calling for Radha Krishna, Nalita, Vishaka, because they are always into that that bhava, that is they got the prema bhava, the topmost level, right? Adau Shata, Tatau Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivrittis, Ruchi, then what? Ruchi. Before Ruchi we have Nishta, and then Ruchi, and then after Ruchi we have. I hope you all follow. If you don't follow, you can stop and ask me, because all of you attending so many classes, I'm just going a little fast. Okay, Ruchi, and then after Ruchi we have Asakti, and after Asakti we have this Bhava, and after Bhava we have a Prema, So Gaurakrishna Babaji Maharaj, he has entered into Prema Rasa, and then actually searching behind every tree and asking, where is Radha, where is Krishna, where are you? He is always in the Vipralamba. That's why we are chanting this Gaurakrishna Das Babaji mantra as Namo Gaurakishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murti. That I already explained. He is Sakshat Vairagya Murti. Murti means actually a person, Murti means person. Vairagya Murti means a personality of detachment. You understand? Just like we have a Kamadeva, who is a person of material, that Paramaur, that is actually sexual, and that's actually that Manmada, we call like that. And this Krishna is called as Madana Mohana, Mohana. Madana Mohana is called as Madana Mohana, and Radharani is called as Madana Mohana Mohini. So Madana Mohan means actually the Kamadeva, and he is a personification of that lust. Understand? Since Krishna conquered that lust, he is called as Madana Mohana. Similarly, Vairagya Murti means a personification of detachment, and Gaurakrishna Babaji is Sakshat Vairagya Murti. It means he himself is personification of detachment, means that much detached he is. And next thing is what? Vitralamba Rasambodhe. With Vipralamba. Vipralamba means, like the feeling of separation. The feeling of separation is called as Vipralamba Rasa. There are different kind of rasas, and one of the rasa is Vipralamba. Vipralamba Rasa means actually the gopis, and they used to feel the separation from Krishna. What happened actually once, Radharani, when Radharani was with Krishna, near that what is the tree? What is the tree called? Ju. I forgot that. In Atti we say Tamil, They say that tree. I forgot that tree. Jamun tree. Yeah, below the Jamun tree, Radharani was, when he was with Krishna, she thought that I am the closest person to Krishna. Krishna likes me only most. She thought like that. The moment she thought like that, Krishna left. Krishna left. Just left the place. Disappeared. And then Radharani started searching for Krishna. Hey Govinda, where are you? Shyam, where are you? And then she started running. And all her, like a hair all got scattered, and then all the chindur came out, everything. These tears are coming out. And then she was crying, and then she was searching for Krishna. And then she came to Imlital. Imlital is a tamarind tree was there. And below the Imlital, Radharani sat, and then she was thinking of Shyam. She was thinking of Shyam, and then she's crying, oh Shyam, where did you go? And then she's crying. And then because she is thinking of Shyam, Krishna, and then she's crying, she became black. By thinking of Krishna, Radharani became black. Yeah, but after some time, like gopis also came, and then they saw Radharani, and then pacified her, and then go further. And a little bit far away, there is a place called Govinda Ghat, and near the Govinda Ghat, they saw Krishna. So that rasa is Vipralamba. Vipralamba means actually the detachment, separation, feeling of separation. In the feeling of separation, one can have more love than being with the person. When you're with a person, normally we don't understand the value of the person. When you leave, when you go away, when you miss the person, then only you feel separation. Just like when you're in the temple, you will be happy. But the moment you leave the temple, then, oh my Lord, I miss that. I miss the darshan, I miss the prasadam, I miss the devotees, right? Subramaniam Prabhu, Ayyappa Prabhu, they can see every day they are typing in that group. Oh, I am missing the temple devotees and temping Jagannath darshan. So they are typing like that. So that is Vipralamba rasa. So
Absolutely, Prabhu.
yes, that is Vipralamba. I think Raj Prabhu also can feel the same.
Yes, Prabhu.
But yeah, Raj Prabhu will have
I came
even
from
more
Vaikuntha to hell. I came from Vaikuntha.
Yeah, Prabhu, Rajbhaja Prabhu stayed for a very long period and
Yeah, that is actually called as Vipralamba rasa. Vipralamba rasa. So in that Ambudi means ocean. That Vipralamba rasa is Ambudi, is like ocean of that mood is actually separation. That is Jagannath Das Babaji. Jagannath Babaji, just a minute. Who is this guy? Sending so many messages. So this Gaurakrishna Das Babaji Maharaj, he is glorified like this. He is a personification of detachment, and then also the Vipralamba rasa. He is feeling that. So likewise, with that mood, he used to run below every trees, and then he used to ask, where is Shyam, where is Radharani, where is Lalita, Vishaka, where are you? And then like that, he used to search. And how detached he is that sometimes, he don't even wear dress. When he is running for Radha Krishna from one tree to another tree, when he was running, sometimes his clothes comes off. And he don't even realize it. He don't even realize that his clothes have come out. And what kind of cloth he is wearing? He wears the cloth that of dead bodies. Normally when we are, they have a custom of throwing dead bodies in Ganga and Yamuna. So when someone throws the dead body like that, he just collect the cloth from the dead body and then he wear it. And then when someone cook and then they throw that mud pot, he take the mud pot and then he eat in that. He cook in that. It is mentioned that he has no possession. He has no possession. Vaishnava is supposed to be, one of the quality of Vaishnava is, he is possessionless. One of the 26 qualities. One of the qualities, he has no possession. You don't think it is I and mine. I and mine is actually a consciousness of Kripana, not Brahmana. That is why Rishabhadev, he is saying, Naham deho dehabajam druloke kashtan kaman arhade vidbujamye tapodivyam putraka yena sadvam sadmat sudyet brahma saugyam tvanantam. Understand? So, that is the devotees. You don't feel aham mama. Yeah, that is different verse. What is that? Nidra, sorry, that Mithuni. What is the first line of the sloka? Pumsa striya Mithuni bhavametam tayor mito hridaya grantiyahu atah graha kshetra smrtartha vittair janasya mohoyam aham mama. So aham mama consciousness comes for kripanas. When the aham mama conscious comes, then you get I and mine, my house. But actually a devotee, even though he possesses house or everything, you should not think it belongs to me, the wife, or my child. You should not think like that. So actually, Gaurakrishna Babaji got nothing. He got nothing. All the thing he has only Kantimala. That was his only property. He was wearing some Kantimala. And that too sometime will be there, sometime will not be there, because he is running here and there, in the ecstasy. He just run and then he just roll, and then he laugh and cry. Even that time, even the Kantimala may not be with him. Yeah, and he doesn't like to be with that people at all. He totally avoid general public gatherings or spending time with people or talking to them. He don't. Yeah, just like Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj. He doesn't like to talk to even devotees also. Even if someone comes like this, Kantimala and Tilak and chanting beads, Hare Krishna Maharaj, they look like that and then he just turn back. He don't even say Hare Krishna, Vachakalpa, nothing, right? When someone says Hare Krishna, right? They look like that and turn back, and sometimes he chase them also. Sometimes even beat with stones. So, but when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came and then he was doing some bhajana, when Siddhanta Babaji was doing some bhajana, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur came, he just looked at him and then he stood up, given asan for him and made him sit, and then he came back. You see? See, it is not that these Babajis or Vamsidas Babaji or Gaurakrishna Babaji Maharaj, they are not respecting devotees or not interested to meet other devotees. They are very puffed up. It is not like that. They can make out who is a real devotee, who is a imitating devotee. Yeah, but not K Vaishnav. Bhaktivinoda Thakur say, right? What kind of devotee you are? Just by putting Kantimala and Tilak, you become Vaishnav? No, it is not like that. Vaishnava must be, devotion must be there. Vacho vegam, manasa krodho vegam, jihva vegam, utaro pasta vegam. Etan vehanyo visheheta thira sarvam apimam prativipashishya. So you should be able to conquer that urge for speaking, urge of mind, urge of anger, and then urge of genital, urge of this belly. You should be controlling all the urges. Then only you can be called as devotee. Otherwise, in general, we should try to avoid non-devotee association. The same thing is explained by Rishabhadev in Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 5th chapter, verse 2. And of course, I am not showing all the verses to you. You can see later. Yeah, he's saying that Mahatsevam Dwaramahu Vimukte Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. So, if you want to go to hell, you have to associate with men fond of women. If you are fond of associating with people who are fond of women, yeah, Yamaraj is waiting for you. And if you are fond of associating with those who are devotees, then Vaikuntha, that Vishnudas are waiting for you. Nanda, Sunanda, they are waiting for you. Yeah, that is why this sloka says that Mahat Sevam Dwaramahu Vimukte. Mahat Sevam. Mahat means great personalities. If you serve a great personality, Dwaramahur Vimukte, Vimukta, liberation, it is opened. Then Tamo Dwaram. Tamo Dwaram means Dwaram to hell. Dwaram means opening to hell. If you want to go to hell, then what you should do? Yoshitam, Yoshit. Yoshit means woman. Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. See, there are two things. Some people say, Prabhu, I don't see woman, I have close eyes. Some people say like that. Yeah, that is also good to stay away. Not like closing eyes, but better to be careful. But more than association with woman is one more thing is more dangerous. That is Yoshitam Sangi Sangam means those who are always talking about sex and money. Just like all your friends in school. Friends and schools and relatives, right? The moment they open,
Yes, Prabhu.
the moment they open, correct? The moment they open the mouth, they look at the girl. Oh, so beautiful. See, what kind of saree she is wearing today. What kind of dress she is wearing. That's what. That's all that they know. How is their eyes? How is their hands? How is their That's what they always. The whole world is for them is like that. And if you associate with this kind of people, what happened? There is a beautiful sloka. It is explained by Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Bhagavata. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying this. Nishkinchanascha. Bhagavat Bhajanon Mukasya. I think I'll show only this verse to you. This is very important verse. I'll show this verse to you. You all must know this verse. I'll share my screen because I don't want to deviate so much. That's why I'm not showing all the slokas, but this is very important sloka. Yeah, you can see this. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 5-6. Nishkinchanasya bhajavat bhajanonmukasya paramparam chihmasor bhavasagarasya sandarshanam vishayinam atayoshitam cha ha hanta visapakshananto api asadu. Lord Chaitanya is saying, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, greatly lamenting, Lord only saying, greatly lamenting, the Lord then informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya a loss for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives. Seeing a materialistic engaged in sense gratification, or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly. You see? Param chihmasor. That is very important. Okay, let's go for the beginning. Niskinchana. Niskinchana means actually who is completely detached. He is called Niskinchana. There is a person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, and what is it? What is the person? He is Niskinchana. He is detached. Prabhu, I am full time. I given my life for Krishna. I am staying in the temple, right? Or whatever. I am just Niskinchana. And what is he doing? Bhagavat Vajana Unmukasya. Unmukasya means actually. Unmukasya means actually is a very eager in what? Bhagavat Bhajana. And he is very detached, and then he is very, very seriously engaged in the bhajana of Krishna. And then what is he doing? Param chihmasor. Param means actually the other side. Param chihmasor bhavasagarasya. This material world is sagara. Bhava means material world. Bhavasagara means this material world is like a big ocean. And what is in the other side of the ocean? That is spiritual world. And what is he trying to do? Param jihmasor bhavasagarasya. Jihmasor is trying to cross other side of the material ocean. It means, in simple word, there is a devotee, is very detached, and then what is he trying to do? He is always engaged in that devotional service of the Lord. Why is he doing? He is trying to cross this material world. Simple. And something is happening to him. What is happening? Sandarshanam means that he is seeing something. Sandarshanam. What is he doing? Vishayinam. Vishaya means sense objects. Vishayinam. Vishayi means the one who is engaging in sense gratification activities. Just like Ajamila, he just saw the prostitute is finished. Sandarshanam. Vishayinam. Okay, somebody is making money and somebody is making house, Atayoshitam, Asha Yoshitam cha. Yoshit means woman. And he's also looking at woman. He's looking at woman and then looking at how to make money. He's just looking only, sandarshanam, nothing else. He's not making money, he's not spending time with woman. Understand? The verse is very simple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not say like that he's making money or he's with woman. No. Sandarshanam vichaginam atayoshitam. He's just looking at those who are women and those who are trying to make money. And what happened to them? Then what happened to that person? Niskinchana. Ha means, we say right, loss. Some say my God, some say like even Ayyo, Tamil is Ayyo means, like ha means a loss. Hanta means, like his expression. Hanta, Visapakshanat. Visha means poison. Pakshana means eating. He is drinking poison knowingly. Api asadu, that person is actually, asadu means actually more abominable than drinking poison. Better you drink poison. That's what Lord Chaitanya says. Better you drink poison. For Nishkinchana, if you want to look at those who are materialistic and woman, it is better you drink poison than doing these two things. If you're doing that, then paramparam jihmasu bhavasagara is not possible. Now let us read the translation again, so I understand more. Who want to read the translation clearly?
Should I read, Prabhu?
Yes.
Prabhu, can I?
Anyone.
Subramanian Prabhu, you can go ahead, Prabhu.
Fine, Prabhu. Greatly lamenting, the Lord then informed Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service.
Sorry.
Prabhu?
Sorry. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Alas, for a person who is seriously desiring to cross the material ocean and engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord without material motives, seeing a materialist engaged in sense gratification or seeing a woman who is similarly interested is more abominable than drinking poison willingly.
See how powerful the Lord Chaitanya is saying. That is why Gaurakrishna Babaji was not interested. He was not interested in spending time with common public. So, but wherever he just go chant Hare Krishna, say, hey Babaji, just go like that. Like when Prabhupada when he was going in the train with his Western disciples, Indian train, and 4 or 5 Indian people came, and then Swamiji, just get inside that coach, and then Swamiji, please give blessings. And Prabhupada said, okay, may you all become like them. He showed the sannyasis. He said, may you all become like them. They just ran away.
Prabhu, we also need those blessings, Prabhu. We also need those blessings.
We want them, Prabhu.
We really want them.
No, you already have. You already have. Just a matter of time. You all have the blessings of Prabhupada like that. But those guys just ran away, because they just want to go to sadhu means, just like people are nowadays worshipping Sai Baba. They think go to Sai Baba, he can give money. Even he can be a marriage broker also sometimes. He can also find boy for you, girl for you.
Panam dehi, dhanam dehi, labham dehi, pitra dehi.
Yes, Prabhu. This Devi Puja and all same thing. This Dehi, that Dehi, so many Dehi, one big list they have.
Yeah, at least this Devi Puja, these are all okay because it is indirect worship of Krishna. But the Sai Baba worship and all these things are completely.
That is next level, Prabhu. That is next level.
Correct. So, like
They will have endless thing to do list number of items.
Yes. So Gaurakrishna Babaji does not like it because people always come and ask for material benedictions and he is not interested. That's why like always tell the Raghavendra devotees. See, you are Raghavendra devotee, just go to Raghavendra and ask for Krishna. And why are you asking for car, bangla and all those things? Raghavendra will give a curse to you if you go on disturbing him like that.
He is bona fide great Acharya, Prabhu, Raghavendra Tirtha.
He is a great Acharya, but what I am saying is that people treat him like a demigod,
Yeah, that is there. That is true.
That's what I am saying. He is a great Acharya, but you should not go to Acharya and ask for car, bangla and all those. If you go to Prabhupada, can you give a car? What Prabhupada will say?
Prabhu, just like Prabhupada, actually, Raghavendra had a misunderstanding with his wife and he took sannyasa, Prabhu.
Yeah,
So his teachings is completely different from what people are praying to him.
yes, whatever ashram may be, Acharya is Acharya. He is always detached. So he will not appreciate, he will not like that kind of benedictions.
Yes,
So
Prabhu.
that's what I tell the Raghavendra devotees. Of course, your Raghavendra devotee is very nice. You just ask Raghavendra to give the love of Ram or Krishna. That should be the thing, not like asking for car, bungalow, and all those things. Yeah, we'll come back. Let us not deviate. So Gaurakrishna Babaji does not like this. So what he do is he just got fed up. Sometime he just go to that public toilet. Like of course no toilet that time. He just go to the place where people pass stool. In the forest, like for forest side, there will be stool everywhere, and that place will be stinking all everywhere. And people searching for Gaurakrishna Babaji to get his blessings, and they'll be informed that Babaji is in the place where people pass stool. They say, why Babaji is there? Babaji, why you are there? This place stinks. Why you are in the stinky place? You come. We'll arrange some nice place for you. He say, that is stinking only for the nose. But if I come to you, everything is stinking. you know. He says like that. You are stinking in everywhere. That place only for the nose I have to tolerate. But for you, I have to tolerate everything. So better I'll be here. This is much more better than you. So Gaurakrishna Babaji Maharaj, he used to answer like that. So he used to be that much, he is focused on bhajana. That's what, that's why we read bhajana unmukasya. He is actually, they are totally engrossed in that. So,
I mean, they are Bhajananandi, Prabhu.
no, he was also Goshanandi. He was also preaching, no? He is more into bhajananandi. But he was also
Prabhu, what is maybe that Bhajananandi, Ghostanandi, Prabhu? Is that they are running exalted position?
Bhajananandi means, they are always seeking pleasure in their sadhana. Or not sadhana, on their own spiritual activities. Bhajananandi. They just happy by chanting, they just happy by hearing, they just happy by reading. They don't try to teach others. They always see that what to teach, you all know better than me. Like that kind of mood. But Goshanandi, like Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, they like to preach. They just go out and preach. They want to give the nectar that they have to others also. Bhajananandi, they just want to keep it themselves. Goshanandi, they like to give to others. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying, no? Let me show the verse to you. 7th canto. Seventh canto. What is it?
Prabhu, you are mute.
You know that? I mute? Sorry. Anybody remember the verse? That the great personality.
Prayena Jayagumanya Soy Mukti Kaman.
Yes,
7944.
7944, I got it. Yeah. 7934. Yeah. Let me share my screen with you. I think not required. No, it takes lot of time. Yeah, Prahlad Maharaj is saying here. 7944. My dear Lord Nrsingadeva, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance, not caring for the big cities and towns. They go to Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter at your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to shelter at your lotus feet. Clear? So, that is the greatness of Goshanandi. Goshanandi like to preach. Bhajananandi, of course, both of them are great devotees, first class devotees. Bhajananandi, they satisfied with their own. Yeah, but Gaurakrishna Babaji is more like Bhajananandi, but he also showed his Goshanandi thing. Sometime he preached others. Yeah. So what happened? Yeah.
I have a question, Prabhu, that
always Bhajanandi take Babaji initiation. Or it's not like
Not like that. There is no such thing like that. That is just Babaji is different. Babaji means they're detached. They just there's kind of initiation. That is a type of initiation. There is like sannyas. After sannyas, there is a type of initiation. Babaji initiation. It means they don't even do Gayatri mantra or nothing. They just simply they do the Raganuga Bhakti. It is not required, it is not compulsory, but some takes. Okay, so like that, he was spending his 32 years in Vrindavan. That was his late 30s to late 60s. So that's how we used to be there. Yeah. And then what happened? Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he has made this his Swananda Swakata Kunj, that is his residence in Kolkata, in Mayapur. It's not Mayapur, it is Navadvip. Mayapur is one island. He is in different island. I forgot the name of the island. I don't know, it is Gaudram Dweep or I don't know, one of the islands. Yeah, he was there. It was in 1898. 1898, he has made this residence. For that, he has come. Gaurakish Babaji has come from Vrindavan for that. And then, that is the first time that meeting of the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Gaurakish Babaji happened. So, when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur saw, he's explained that he could not see Gaurakishna Babaji's lips closed. He could not see. He's always Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Ram Ram. So always going on like a mission. And he stayed for about 1.5 years to 2 years. 2 years, yeah, staying for 2 years. 2 years with him, and he explains that I did not notice Gaurakishna Babaji's lips are just closed. It's always vibrating Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's going on like that. We chant 128 rounds every day. Yeah. And Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, later on, he explains that if I observed my Guru Maharaj, he is giving 23 hours and 59 minutes and 59 seconds to Krishna and keeping 1 second for himself, I wouldn't have taken Diksha from him. And you can understand that? Only 1 second for him, he won't take. He will not take even 1 second for him. Just like we say, right, Prabhu, give me some free time. I need some personal time. No, there is no personal time. There is no free time. He is always chanting Krishna's name. Always he is doing something only for the pleasure of Krishna. It is also found that sometimes Gaurakishna Babaji Maharaj, he just pick up the mud and eat. And then people come and ask, Maharaj, why are you eating mud? Then he said, his rascal tongue is asking something which is not prasadam. I am punishing this tongue. You see? How he is punishing? Because the tongue is asking for something which is not prasadam. He is not giving. He is asking. First of all, how you can ask? That's the anger of Gaurakishna Babaji Maharaj. You just eat the mud. Eat this mud. The rascal you want which is not prasadam, eat this mud. Yeah? This is how great personality. Even the same thing we experience in the life of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. When he was a small boy, only about 6 years old or 7 years old, something like that.
Yes, Prabhu, the mango story, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Why Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur does not eat mangoes, that's all, Prabhu.
So he just found the mango and then he ate. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he saw that. Hey, how do you do that? It is not offered. How you can eat? You are offended the Lord. How you can eat something which is not offered? And what our child do? Just give a smile and then just go and eat another mango. Or after some time, after a few days, start eating. Right? But Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he took it as a commitment inside. He said, I am an offender. I have offended the Lord. I have eaten something which is not prasadam. So what I am going to do? I am not going to eat mangoes at all in my life. No mangoes at all. No more mangoes. So even when he become old also, when someone offer him mangoes, he say, please, no mangoes. I am offended. I cannot eat mangoes. I am not qualified to eat mangoes in this lifetime. So the great personalities, they are like that. You see, Gaurav Babaji Maharaj, that's just because the tongue is asking, which is not prasadam. It is giving the mud to the tongue, punishing the tongue. Same thing with Bilomangal Thakur. It was completely asking for sex impulse, sex pleasure, eyes. Eyes always looking at other woman. Just pick up the pin and, just prickle the eyes. He cannot see anymore. He become blind. That is the power of the great exalted personalities. Yeah. Of course, they spend some time. Actually, one more thing is there. When of course that is the glories of Mayapur, but it's not related to Gaura Kishore. But I can just still say, when Gaura Kishore Babaji Maharaj, when he met Jagannath Babaji Maharaj in Vrindavan, he asked Gaura Kishore Babaji Maharaj, Jagannath Babaji asked Gaura Kishore Babaji, how is your bhajana going? How are you? How is your wife? That's what we ask. How is your studies? But how is he asking? How is your bhajana? The same question is asked by Vishwamitra when he met, asked by Dasaratha to Vishwamitra. The same question. How is your attempt to conquer this birth and death cycle? That's the question they ask. And because he is a devotee, he is asking like that. How is your bhajana? He is asking. And he said, not good. Which devotee will say, good, very nice, I am fantastic. Which devotee will say like that? And of course, it is not that, Prabhu, I am humble, no, I cannot say like that. How I can speak like that? It is not like that. No, they really feel like that. They really feel like that. They really feel that they are so low, they are so foolish. They have no bhakti. They really feel like that. It is not that, Prabhu, I am devotee. From now onwards, I should say, I am a rascal, I am a fool, I don't know anything, I should start practicing like that, I am a fool, I am a fool, I am a fool. No, it is not like that. It is not some exercise or something. They really start feeling like that. And that's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is writing that Asura Sakali Pailo Charana. Bhakti Vinod Bhoshi. I am still here. All the Asuras went back. Understand? So, and he is saying that not good, bhajana is not good. Then what Jagannath Babaji said, then you should come Mayapur. And if you want, if you cannot get this bhakti, if bhajana is not going well at Vrindavan, then you need higher dose. You come to Mayapur. And this is, after that only, he went to Vrindavan. He went to Mayapur. From Vrindavan to Mayapur, he shifted. That is the glory of Mayapur, which is better than Vrindavan, to show that. But in other way, that is the reason that he shifted to Mayapur. Understand? So, 2 years he observed, 2 years they are together. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Gaura Das Babaji Maharaj. Then later on, Bhaktivinoda Thakur asked him to take Diksha from Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. So, he went, my dear Maharaj, please give me initiation. He said, no initiation. I am not giving to anybody Diksha. He repeatedly requested, my dear Maharaj, please, please, please give me initiation, give me Diksha, give me Diksha. He said, no, I cannot give. You are highly learned and you are very intelligent. Actually, he read only 2 books, One is Prarthana and then one more book I forgot. He had only 2 books, nothing else. Prabhupada also says the same thing.
Prabhu, I think it is Prema Bhakti Chandrika and Prarthana.
Yes, Prema Bhakti Chandrika. And Prabhupada also says the same thing. Instead of reading so many books, you read only the selective books repeatedly. And you become expert in that. And that is enough. Rather than reading so many books, so many books, and finally what you know, Prabhu? I know nothing. What is the use? A few books, learn thoroughly. He had only 2 books, nothing else. And He is what? He is a great scholar, He is expert in Sanskrit, like astrology and everything. I said, no, I am not giving Diksha to you. I am not qualified. Yeah, of course, devotion wise, bhakti wise, he is a great personality, but he always feels he is humble. Pranadapi sunichena tarori vasa ishvana manina manadena kirtanaya sadahari. Understand? So he is feeling like that, But when repeatedly, then that become a big disturbance for Gauri Krishna Babaji Maharaj. Why this guy is disturbing? He likes him so much, he likes him so much, but he cannot take this disturbance. Why he is disturbing so much? Then he said, okay, all right. He found a trick. I will talk to Mahaprabhu. If Mahaprabhu say okay, I'll give Diksha to you. Then he said, okay, all right. Then next day he went. Then he asked Gaurish Babaji Maharaj, did you speak to Mahaprabhu? Oh, sorry, I forgot. So likewise he was trying to prolong for some time. Every time he asked, oh, I forgot. Next time, definitely he asked. Like that he was trying to prolong things. And one day Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he caught him, no, today. Don't cheat me like that, I am your servant. You cannot do like this to me. Please show mercy. Please show mercy. Please give initiation. Please give Diksha. Then again, he was not ready. Then he said, okay, all right. If you are not giving, I'll just jump into Ganga. I'll jump into Ganga if you are not giving Diksha to me. Then he got satisfied. Okay, I'll give Diksha to you. And he just took actually, it is actually a great thing for a devotees to do, Devotees will not do this. He just took some dust particle from his feet and then he just sprinkled on Bhaktivinoda Thakur. That is initiation. Normally devotees won't do that, He has done it to give his mercy. That is initiation. He has given his mercy. And he got initiated. And then he was going on. And then, he always chant Hare Krishna. And then one more thing is actually, one more beautiful incident is that Swananda Sukata Kunj, that is the residence of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, is very glorious. Because the four acharyas of our sampradaya, they meet at that place at the same time. Because Jagannath Babaji lived for 147 years now. So he was able to even meet Bhaktivinoda Thakur. He was a small boy during that time. So all the four acharyas, they used to sit to discuss together how to develop this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Then how you can say he is Bhajananandi? He is Goshtanandi. That's why they are all discussing how to develop this Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. They are discussing, all four of them, in that place. That's why it is glorious, So they always, they discuss like that, and every day they discuss Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. They discuss like that. But what happened is gradually going on like that. Then lot of leelas he has shown. So after some time his Ante Leela has started. He is supposed to leave this material world to enter into the real pastimes in Goloka Vrindavana. So he is just going to leave the body and he just called everyone. And then he told, of course, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, that time he was in Kolkata and taking care of his preaching missions, and then he also travelled and trying to establish more Gaudiya Mats like that. So he was, Gaurish Babaji Maharaj, he was in Navadvip. Yeah. Then what happened is, he called everyone and then he said, you see, I'm going to leave my body. No, not leaving body, I said I'm going to die. He doesn't say I'm going to die. I'm so rascal, so fallen, that even though I stayed here, I stayed in Vrindavan for 30 years, I stayed here for so many years, but still I have no bhakti, nothing. I need more mercy of Vaishnavas, so that I can get some bhakti at least in next life. So what you do, after I give up my body, you just tie me to a rope and then drag me throughout Navadvip. So that I can take the remnants, the dust of all the Vaishnavas. Then I can get purified. You see how he is feeling? It's not about actually feeling humble. You say after I leave the body, he does not even want to do a proper ceremony or nothing. He just drag my body everywhere. Then I get purified. Then they all said, all right, because they are not, they don't know anything about Gaurish Babaji Maharaj, That's why Prabhupada says that devotees should not be seen, devotees should be heard. The great devotees, they look very simple. But inside only, they have bhakti and everything. They don't show it outside. They don't show it outside. That's why the devotee should not speak much, Of course, don't try artificially, but we should naturally come. The devotees don't talk much, but they show by action. And that also can be understood only by those who are qualified, not by everybody. Clear? So everybody said, okay, all right. When he leave the body, we will just definitely do that, definitely. Then he left the body on this auspicious day, on Uttana Ekadasi. Of course, today is already Ekadasi started. Uttana Ekadasi of this Chaturmasya, of this Damodar month. I just left the body. Then everybody is ready to tie him up and drag. And when Bhaktisiddhanta Das Thakur heard this news, and he got so much anger. How he can do that, So much anger on the people, and then he just came. And he came, and then, he just stop it. He is a great acharya, He need a proper samadhi. And we have to do the proper samadhi ceremony, and then we have to worship the place, He is not a normal person. And everybody say, no, this is last wish that has to be fulfilled. Otherwise, his Atma will not get satisfaction. So they are talking like some karmic people, they speak like that for his Atma Shanti. I mean, like, he's Babaji, he's already with Krishna. What is Atma Shanti? He is always in Shanti. Bhogeshwari Prashaktana, Daya Paktashetasham, Vivashayatmika Bhakti, Samadho Nidhi. It's only for them Samadhi all required. Those who are into Bhoga and Aishwarya, these Acharya from through and through, He is Nitya Siddha. He is ever liberated. And what is Atma Siddhi and what is all nonsense? And Bhaktisiddhanta Das Thakur was trying to convey this message, but they don't understand. Yeah? Then finally, he said, all right. He has tried to call everyone, okay, come. Who want to come? Touch my Guru's body. 1 year, whoever never had any sex, come forward. Some came. 6 months, again, some got filtered. 3 months, some got filtered. 1 month, some got filtered. And then finally he said, 1 week, only this Bhaktisiddhanta Das Thakur is standing and nobody is around him. You see, I am the only one, I have rights. Touch a sannyasi body, how you can have sex and touch? How you can touch? Yeah, I'm pure, I'm touching. So he said like that, just to pacify them. Then he took the body and then he just made a nice samadhi on the other side of Mayapur. Yeah, but later on Keshav Maharaj, brought it this side because of, excessive flood in Ganga. He just carried the whole samadhi and then he brought it to near that Siddhapit, birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. Brought that side where the same place we have samadhi of Bhaktisiddhanta Das Thakur, Gaurakrishna Babaji Maharaj, their samadhi is there. Yeah, we have that place. Yeah, that is the transcendental disappearance pastimes of His Divine Grace, Gaurish Das Babaji Maharaj. So he's a great acharya from our tradition, Sampradaya. So today is very, very auspicious day, and we just make use of this day, and then we chant more, or read more, or some more other, give a dhan or whatever, in that way just engage in different kind of bhakti and try to go next level gradually. Okay, I stop here. So anybody want to ask something, you can ask. You are there?
Yes, sir.
All slept or what?
No, Prabhu, we are from
Awake?
No, Prabhu. Actually, I am watching people who left and who are in the class still now.
Any questions?
Yes. Vaishnav Thakur, please ask if you have any questions to Prabhu.
He already gave the
I will not make this mistake again. I'm sorry.
No, no, it's
Krishna, Krishna.
good to have you back.
No questions.
Good to have you back.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Keep in touch.
Thank you for the association.
Hare Krishna. So, anybody has any question? Okay, so if nothing, we'll stop here. So, thanks for your.
Prabhu, finally, I have heard that the picture that we are having is actually of Gaurkishore Babaji. We have a picture now, Prabhu, in Guru Parampara pictures everywhere. The picture is actually the photo which has been taken after his disappearance. I mean, even they have used a thread to bind his stomach, and they have hanged, and they have took this black and white picture, and that's so what we are having this in Guru Parampara.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, Prabhu. So actually the thing is that Gaurkishore Das Babaji never allowed anyone to take picture of him. He never allowed, because in 18th century that time taking photos is a very aristocratic thing, because we have a lot of pictures of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in different poses, when he was very young and when he was very old and when he was even about to leave the body. We have a lot of pictures, but Gaurkishore Das Babaji never allowed anyone.
Now we are talking about someone who don't even know his and how he
Yes,
has
Prabhu.
a photo.
So the picture that now we are having, then all disciples of the Gaurkishore Das Babaji thought, if we don't have any picture of our Guru Maharaj, then how we can worship? So they just made Gaurkishore Babaji's body to, they binded with the thread, and they have leaned on a wall, and they took this picture. That he is that he is in the meditating pose like that.
Where you heard?
I read somewhere in Facebook, Prabhu, but it was posted by a devotee, Prabhu.
Okay, fine. Anyway, in those days, even more than picture photos, they used to draw picture. That was also there. People used to draw the picture.
Prabhu, but this is actually the original picture is there, Prabhu. Vishwambar Prabhu even posted that picture in his Facebook.
Okay.
We can see the thread. We can see the white thread in the hip also.
Okay.
Yes, I heard from some devotees that he never allowed anyone to take pictures or speak, glorify him or anyone. He was always solitary, and he was always.
Okay. You can share the picture in the group later.
Yes, Prabhu. Finally, then there is another one kind of. Yes, Prabhu. That's it, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else? Any other comments or questions?
Yes, Sami Prabhu, if you wish to speak anything, kindly speak. Take association.
I have to take your association. All of you. Come, all of you come to Pondicherry soon, huh? Sometimes, next festival or sometime you can come.
Yes, Prabhu. Been trying to tell Dheeraj Prabhu, Devang Prabhu. For them it is a straight train from Pune.
Quite far for them, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Himanshu Prabhu,
Straight train.
Krishna. Himanshu Prabhu. So, Prabhu, you can speak to Prabhu about what you have planned after your school,
Yes, Prabhu, taking college in Pondicherry. But